There we go. Huh. Now my voice is coming through. Ah, I see what's happened. Yes, I want to remove it. Yes. All right, you can see me. Is the camera working? Oh, I can probably just look on my own YouTube. What was that? Oh. Yeah. So it's doing all right. Oh yeah. Oh, it's coming through. Is that working better for you, Anna? Ah, right. Woohoo! I'm talking to you through YouTube. Sorry? No. Okay. Alright, everyone. I'm back. Back, and I'm ready to play. Alright, so we got my window up. Yeah, I'm just spitballing now. We need to get this timeline figured out. The timeline is important because this is a narrative adventure. The story has to make sense, and then you can create puzzles that help move the story forward. So that being said, it goes like this. We're going to call them Secret Society. Let's go up closer. Bioweapon is created. The Secret Society create a bioweapon. They create a vaccine. They create a water filter that vaccinates and filters out the virus, because what they're going to do is they're going to release it into the water system. That is the way that's the plan. Release the virus into the water system. It actually can't be picked up or tested on or something like that. This is a umbrella corporation. Yeah, this is an elite thing. It's bigger than government. In fact, the government is blind to it. All that they know is a water filter has been invented that gets national approval to be installed. There's the National Water Filter Approval Scheme or something like that. Sophie and Jake both click onto this. So my thinking was that because, you know, they're doing it all separately. They've created a weapon, they've created a vaccine in a lab, and they're creating the water filter. Sophie works for the company that's created the weapon, or the molecule, or the vaccine. Or works in software, or in some periphery way related. And Jake, her husband, works in the water filtration. So they have connected these two dots together. They've connected together that there is this conspiracy going down, that there's going to be a virus released into the water system, and they're testing it on inmates. That's the main story arc, I guess. Main story arc. An evil group of people have created a deadly virus and are planning to release it into the water system. To immunize against the virus, one need only purchase a specific water filter. The idea being that anyone who has the water filter, they have the information of. This is sort of like a purge of people who they can't control. This is a story of control. Main story arc. So they're trying to purge them. Let me just do some quick housekeeping here. Copy. And I'll post this to Facebook. I think, oh man, I already did this, bro. Already posted a link. Yay! Some people are seeing it. Lucas Stupid. Awesome. No one's watching, but I don't care, baby. I don't really care. Alrighty, where was I? Whoa, that is a low quality stream. Oh gosh. That cannot happen. That cannot be that way. Oh yeah, no. What was it? It should get better any moment, hopefully. Not really. And then that's me watching that. Okay, where were we? This is all just an experiment for the early days. This is all just an experiment. Oh yeah, it's looking good on my phone. Oh yeah, it's looking good on my phone. Oh, it's me watching myself. Jesus. Back to work, James. Back to work, for Christ's sake. Okay, so an evil group of people have created a deadly virus and are planning to release it into the water system. To immunize, these are our story beats. To immunize against the virus, one need only purchase a specific water filter. Purchase and install a specific water filter. I'm going to have that Jake sees the infected inmates and has access to them. No one knows, so the best way for the conspiracy to operate is that the people doing the work don't know what they're doing. So Jake is a subcontractor, maybe he's a plumber, and he's charged with fitting out the water filters in the prison area. And he sees inmates in the hospital getting sick. So they've infected the inmates, they've tested it, now they're about to test the vaccine in the water supply, and they're testing the filter. So Jake So Sophie discovers the patent for the water filler. Water filter's invented. Why is that like that? Oh, what is that? Oh, we don't need that. Yeah, cool. So we'll put that there. Just delete that for now. Jake installs water filter at prison. We need to make one. Yeah, this, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're starting to understand what is happening. We're starting to understand where the beats of the story go. Jake installs water filter at prison. This is a big one. We're going to move that away because that now comes later. This is where Jake, so Control Alt. Jake and Sophie uncover the conspiracy. This is where they come together and uncover the conspiracy. They plot to fake Sophie's death, put Jake in prison so he can gather evidence. Alright. To expose the conspiracy. Awesome. Sophie's remains are discovered. So, the inmates would be burnt, they would be cremated. Yes. Inmates' bodies are mutilated. Great. Sophie's remains are discovered. Amongst the remains of the inmates. So Jake does, so that's a story hook. Jake mutilates a cadaver. Evidence to prove he is the killer of Sophie. Interesting. Yeah. Around here is where Sophie files to transfer superannuation to Alex and for restraining order. Great. There's a lot of story beats here. You can see how this has already got very complicated very quickly. So put that there. Sophie files to transfer superannuation payout to unknown person, Alex, and for restraining order against Jake. Great. Here is our map. It's coming along. It's coming along. We just have to get the story beats down pat. And everything becomes clearer then. We can work with something that's really clear, is basically what I'm just trying to say. That there. Okay, great. Inmates' bodies are mutilated. Sophie goes missing. Okay, I can do this again. So, as you can see, there's heaps of work to be done here just to get a nice, clear understanding of even the story. Sophie goes missing. Cool. A mystery pots experience. Play a goal. Find Sophie. That's all they have to do. Find Sophie. Find a key. First instruction, find a key. Gets you a letter and a code. There's a code in the letter. There's also... I'm gonna turn this into a square. Actually, we can just delete that. Now the thing I couldn't decide... Chatterbox. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Main story arc. To immunize against the virus, one need only purchase and install a specific water filter. Sophie and Jake hatch, create a plan to expose the truth. They hide evidence. Sophie fakes her death so Jake can go to prison. In his letters are clues and codes unlocking the story. The puzzle adventure has been made to spread the message. So in this, the puzzle adventure itself is a part of the story, which I think is often lacking. I think is what I'm super excited about this. If I can pull it off, you will go, the player experience will be, actually, you know what I should do for this? I should make a little insert shape, insert one of these bad boys, control, and rotate. Great. And then we'll just align these to center, and of course middle. Great. Text box, great. We want the player experience to be mystery. We want them to feel a sense of, okay, it's a murder mystery. Sophie was murdered. They then go into, these are the beats, I guess, the beats of the story. So, there's a murder. There's a conspiracy. There's a virus. Puzzle is the story. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I feel like if I can pull this off, what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that this is going to be the most amazing experience anyone has ever played in their life. And, there are some key questions here. One, how do we reveal all of this information? I want to reveal them in the letters that Jake is sending. But we're getting to a good place here. We're getting to a place now where we've got a bit of a story mapped out, the beats at least, the things that happen, the information that needs to be conveyed. Puzzles can be developed over this. For example, we would call these what's that? Sample analysis. We will call these the virus puzzle. Sophie's death puzzle. Yeah? The inmates. The sickness of the inmates puzzle. Right? So we can start to see where all these things are. These are also blue. We might only need 3 elements to this story. The inmates, Sophie's death, and the vaccine. Jake goes to prison. Aha, that will have to happen here. So here, Control Z, bloody hell. That goes there. So now we're goddamn getting somewhere, alright? Alright. We need something else. So then, of course, what we discover is Jake is, like, you start to think, okay, who is actually Jake writing these letters to? Like, who is, like, the player is meant to expose it, but who else? He's sending this evidence out to Alex. Alex has made the game, let's say. But Alex is Sophie, of course. So we discover that Alex is Sophie. This is sort of... This is where we think about... This is where we really think about things, you know? I'm just gonna make these green as well, because I think that's fun. Sorry, I'm getting weird. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. We're gonna make that red. And we're gonna make this blue. Cool. This is our timeline. Now, we're starting to get a bit of an idea of how this all goes together. We have 4 puzzles. 4, that's all we'll need, but they're complex puzzles. If each puzzle has 2 elements, that's 8 things. If each puzzle has 3 elements, that's 12 things. If each puzzle were to have 4 elements, then we have 16 different things, which is cool. It's really cool. Dum chicka chicka boom chicka. Alex is Sophie. Ideally, I want to set up a phone number that someone rings at the end and gets a voicemail saying, if you're hearing this, then you know the truth. You know that I am Sophie. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. So I have complicated it myself, but this is how the brainstorming process works. We sort of put things on the page. This is now going to be Sophie, this Alex. These are the beats that we're going to get. Like, there's a murder mystery. Hey, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No. There's like some sort of weird conspiracy going on. Oh, someone's made a virus and they're gonna spread it into the water system, and then Jake and Sophie like plotted this out as a way to get the information out there. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Red, blue, green, yellow. Alex is Sophie. How we gonna do this? Each letter is an element of the puzzle. That's great. So now we can go to our map and we can color these and know, okay, well, this is about the death of Sophie. The second letter is going to be about the conspiracy of the prisoners. Something's happening strange to the inmates. And then this last letter is, you know, I can't wait to see you when I get out of here, or whatever. Chatterbox is going to become useful later. We're making good progress. We're making real good progress. Solve that. How did Jake and Sophie retrieve the remains of the inmates? Jake's working for the prison. He outfits the things in the shop, and he mutilates the remains of the bodies before they're taken away. No one knows who does this. It turns out it's the fucking plumber who was working at the prison on the day that the inmates all died. They all died within a few hours of each other. That'll be in his letter. And so now what we want to do is we want to connect these different things together. So we have our 4 basic ideas. The murder mystery. Great, we can create another page now. We can copy this text box. We can go into here, Control V. We can go, boom, murder, bloody mystery, baby. I want this at the top, don't we? Yeah. I'll bold it, because I like format. Now we're cooking. This is the creative cook part, everybody. This is the way that people create art. Starting to feel real good, you know? Cool, murder mystery. This is a page that, you know, I only want to devote half the page to this. So what I'm going to do is put in a grid line, grid and baseline guides. I'm going to create 2 columns. Alrighty. Oh, hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen, just for 1 second. Think I'm in business, baby. No, probably not. I'm giving my computer too much to think about. We're going to turn off the music for a moment. Looks like it's working. That's great. So on this page here, we have a murder mysterio. In this is going to be our components. So components. There's a few different ways that I want to do this, but I think what I want to do is design this as a physical thing that people can purchase, and then make a digital version based off that. I'll design the physical thing in its entirety, create the digital version, create that first, test it, modify it. That is all working toward creating the physical version of the thing, and then there's a theatrical version that comes out on top of that. Is what I'm thinking. This is what I think I'll do anyway. So the components in the murder mystery are the 1, evidence of Sophie's remains. Fuck, this is not intuitive. Evidence of Sophie's remains means Bone fragments. Oh, you're kidding me. Who the bloody hell designed this program? I've been spoiled. Spoiled by other more effective programs that don't give me these headaches. Where's my fucking... It's not built for that. Dot points. Yeah, whatever. I do not care. So, evidence of Sophie's remains. Bone fragments, for example. For example. We've got bone fragments. We got 2. Look, don't you do that to me, you cheeky sod. Evidence of Sophie's remains. Bone fragments. Maybe there's some hair. DNA samples. We've got 2. Restraining order. 3. Mutilated inmates. 4. Sophie changing a super and putting it in another person's name. I guess this can be a useful time as well to try and figure out how long does this happen? How long does this take place over? I'm gonna say this is years. Like this is... Let's just give this a 10-year timeline. 2010, and here is 2020. I think my original idea I had it that like, this is the year it's all gonna come out. Like they planned, 2020, this is when shit's gonna go down. But it's been in the works since 2010, let's just say. That's just working. I might change that down the road there. No outline. Great. Components, evidence of Sophie's remains, restraining order, mutilated inmates, photos. Sophie changing her super and putting it in a man's name. So those are... There we have two components, right? And here we have the conspiracy. We'll call it the inmate sickness conspiracy. It's interesting. I've called this the virus. This is really the conspiracy. This is the virus. So in this, I guess we'll call this part 1, the murder mystery. We'll call this part 2, part 2, the inmate sickness conspiracy. Components of that are going to be, great, 1, blood samples of inmates. Items on their body removed. We're going to dot point you, you fool. We'll make this that. Make it a 1. No, make that a 1. Okay. Oh gosh. Golly. Gangle. Yeah, of course you want to do that. Let's just do this and indent it. Great. So items on their body removed. Finger, toe, tooth, thumb. There we go. A finger, a toe, a tooth, and a thumb. Tooth can survive. Yep, these things we just find in the fire. We'll call it right index finger, left middle, what do you call that? Left second, Don't even know what the different toes are called. Molar tooth. And left thumb. Great. Items on their body removed. 4 inmates. 4 inmates. Left second toe. Molar. Pathology report. So, I mean, in here, of course, is Jake's letter. In part 2, Jake's letter. 2. Jake's letter. 1. So this can actually contain a fair bit of stuff. And what we are learning, Jake's letter is going to teach us, like, hey, look at the blood samples of the inmates. And... yes. Okay. Fuck off. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. So, the blood samples of the inmates. Jake tells us in his letter to look at the files of certain names. Maybe this is an online component. And examine the pathology reports. Items on their body removed. Pathology reports indicate death by infectious disease. Origin unknown. That might all that's needed to be there for that one. Now we're going to shift, and of course we're going to color you green, and we're going to color you yellow. Part 3. A conspiracy. So of course we have in here got Jake's letter 3, and we have information about the water filter, information about the patent file, information about so Jake's letter 3, he was working as a plumber, contractor for a installing a new water filter that had been invented. At the prison. Okay, so we got information about the water filter. Okay, and the company that made it. Information about the patent file for the vaccine and the water filter. Information about the virus. Let's call it a new molecule. Who knows? I need to do some research on that. And then part 4. Who is Alex? Let's get a last name generator going on. Last name generator. So essentially what I want to do is come away from this session with a really distinctive design process. I want just a map. It doesn't have to be pretty. This is pretty good for me. This is becoming less useful at the moment, but I might just sit down and work silently to create this nice infographic display, which I'll show you next time. Right now it's useful just to have this and sort of go, okay, cool. I know what the components are. I know how they all fit together. I know what they're there to reveal. Now let's see how they sort of talk to each other and how we led through this narrative here. Oh, that's right. I was going to do a last name generator. Yes, we want Alex. 10 any. Describe. American, I guess. Atheist. Make him British. Alex. I'll make him American. Give him an American sounding name. Cool. Write me some last names, baby. Who is Alex Martinez? Alex James, Alex Green. I wonder if you can choose syllables. I want a 2-syllable last name. Flavor, show all, random seed. I don't know, doesn't matter. Alex Salazar. Alex Santiago. Oh, that's a pretty cool name. Who is Alex Santiago? Now, something interesting could be that it's not stated, but it's sort of like you hear this name somewhere, Alex Santiago. It would be cool if people heard that and sort of went, oh, is that actually the villain? Anyway, Jake's letter talks about getting out of prison. By now, there should be enough evidence to support the claim. So in this last part, it's like, yes, you were right. If you've gotten this far, this part of the story is just saying, yes, there was a conspiracy. They were killing inmates. It's just a confirmation of that. And I guess I don't know if letters are private. I just imagine that they're not, and that if you write a letter, it gets read by someone in the prison. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know what the rights are for prisoners to have privacy in their letters. I'll look that up. Oh, pardon me. Because there's a sort of meta element to this, which is Alex Santiago is the puzzle maker, is the person who has created this thing for the player to figure out so they can go, holy shit. And so this is a bit of a meta. There's a meta commentary on this coming from somewhere, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The last letter, who is Alex Santiago? This is where Jake talks directly to Alex. Jake talks directly to Alex. Here. Whoo, golly. Information about the virus, new molecule. Newspaper article or something talking about the new world order. That's got to be in there. These need to be dot points. Information about the water filter. Company that made it. Information about the patent file. Cool. We need, what I'm trying to say is this is the patent file for the vaccine and or the water filter, and email about the virus. Okay, dokale. And in the fourth part, we want to get the phone number. Jake talks directly to the player here. Great. Find the phone number. And call it. Cool. When you do, calling the phone number, or, logging into the website will get you A message from Alex thanking the player for solving the game, solving the puzzle. And now they can be comfortable. Now so call Alex Santiago. That's what this letter says. Yeah. Call Alex Santiago. They know where Sophie is. So these 3 letters are to Alex. Maybe they're to the player directly. But in this last letter, Jake essentially goes, find Alex Santiago, call him, and he will tell you where Sophie is. He will tell you where to find Sophie. Find the phone number I'm calling it. You call it, you say, hey, thank you, you've discovered that I am Alex Santiago, that I was Sophie. And if you're calling this number, if you found this number, it means you have the evidence. You have the evidence we need. So I'm going to save that. I think that's good work. That's good work for an hour or so. This is what I will have to populate next. And as well as, ta-da, this element here. So this is all this you can see is mostly going to be paper documents, very simple codes and ciphers, and the reward will be this sort of narrative that we play. But then it comes in a cereal box, essentially. And so I'm going to design my own cereal box that's called Mystery Pops. Mystery Pops. Let's see if I can't. Now this is a brand new software, so I'm like not good. Where did this come from? I want my little eyedropper. Where's my eyedropper? Oh yeah. Now, what I want to do here is I want to blend this layer. Mask to below. But I don't know how to blend. I don't know. Oh, what? No, where did my... Great. And now I want it full, but I sort of just want to blend it. You know? You know? Anyway, we got our letters. We got our things. That's going to go there. Stroke. None. There is no stroke. Yeah, see? And I can't see what it looks like because they've got lines in it. I don't know how to use this program. What? Come on. Color. Alright, well, looks like I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. This is because it's an image rather than a text. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now we're going to put some text in. Oh, you know what I can't wait to do? I can't wait to go looking for artistic text, frame text. What's the difference? We're going to call this Mystery Puffs. Or Mystery Pops. Not sure yet. Haven't decided. But the font we want to use is Adventure Mystery Puffs. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm getting a little bit tired. So if you have listened to this, if you're listening to it, thank you for playing along. It's really kind of you to play along. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to create a window that is an image. to sign off on. That's the desktop. Doesn't make a desktop. Great. Order move to bottom. Oh gosh. I'm gonna might as well delete that. Yes. Great. That's me done. Thank you for listening along. This is again another experiment in streaming. Trying to figure out if I can, if it looks any good, if it's worthwhile. I'll bring you along for journey number 2 at some point. You can just see from start to finish how this project is going to come alive. Thanks.